welcome back to the Boarhat. Hope your day is going well. Subscribe to my channel if you are new, leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. And just before I start today's video, I do want to say I'm working on the reverse stages. I'm gonna beat all of them with maximum stars. As you can see, I've taken, each one by one, got all the stars. Obviously for me it's going to be extremely easy, but for you guys it won't be. If you guys want me to do a video on this explaining how you do it, some some easier strategies and stuff, let me know in the comments. Of course, 99% of people aren't gonna get 75 stars in this, because there's little tips and tricks for each one that you're gonna need to know in order to clear it. Of course, now don't worry, because most people on JP did not get this 75 stars. They had to do a lot of work on their box and stuff. But if you guys want a guide on this, because it's not easy at all, it is really hard, let me know, because I will finish all of these to 75 stars and get all my rewards. So let me know. And yeah, let's get on to today's video, which is going to be, I want to discuss, right, how important this one unit is that's just released. And obviously it's going to be Red King. Now sadly I got shreked on this banner. I did 900 gems. So actually I did a bit more than 900 gems now. I think I've done around 960 gems and I only have him 2 out of 6. So it's it's pretty sad. He's a unit that I wanted to 6-6, but if I'm going 1000 gems deep and I only have him 2 out of 6, that really does demoralize you. But why is this unit so important, right? The reason he's so important is because of his unique. His unique single-handedly just changes the state of PvP, because guess what? Now you can actually go into PvP with a unit that is going to protect you against other pierce rate teams. Also, just in general, right, he's going to reduce pierce rate of any unit, and if you have less pierce rate, you're going to do less damage. So here it is: reduce all enemies pierce rate by half and reduce the additional increase, so aka any Lilia, or maybe if they're using pierce rate food, something like that. The reason why this is so important, and that a lot of people on Discord and stuff, I'm seeing people say skip. The only reason you should ever skip someone like Red King is if you don't play PvP at all. You're happy being in bronze 1 or something like that. You just don't play PvP, right? If you touch PvP in any sense, 100% you should summon this guy, free to play or not. You absolutely need one copy. And that's just because the meta, right, it's not gonna change, not until some other units come that they're a long way from coming, right? Only a select 2 units are gonna change the meta. Other than that, it's always gonna be just pierce rate team or Valenti stall teams. Right now, Red King, what does he do for the pierce rate team? He makes it better. Oh, it's a double-edged sword, right? Because against other pierce rate teams, you won't take as much damage, but at the same time you won't do as much damage, right? So then it becomes a game of cat and mouse, who can get more AoEs or who gets ultimate, blah 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 blah. So it doesn't become into some degenerate, 2 Demon Meliodas AoEs and win the game. It doesn't become super degenerate. It becomes a bit more fair, of course. Now, in regards to the stall teams, Red King, he's not needed on the stall team, right? Because Valenti and Gilthunder work so well together that there's no need to run Red King in that team. You can, but there's no need to. It's better to run Gilthunder in the back, because with Gilthunder you can start getting patience and stuff. With Red King you can't get patience, even if you are lowering their pierce rate by just that bit extra. So of course he's good for both the teams. But the main point I want to stress is that all the PvP teams going forward, right, that you're gonna build, that you're gonna want to have fun with, you're gonna need him on these teams. Like for me, for example, from this point onwards, anytime I want to try a funky team with just some random units, I'll put Red King in the back, and I know I'll be safe in pierce rate teams. They're not gonna destroy me in 2 hits, and that's really good news, because the reason why I haven't been playing geared, all I've been playing is ungeared, is that I just don't want to go into geared PvP and get 2-shot by a pierce rate team, right? It's just not fun. Do you know what I mean? It's just extremely degenerate. Now, I guess degenerate is it's what's the word? It's I don't want to say it. It's subjective, right? Some people hate it, some people love it. That's why some people are just gonna keep using Valenti. But guys, let me tell you, you're not gonna be using Valenti the entire lifespan of the game, right? Because whether you want to admit it or not, Valenti team is incredibly boring. Like it just is. If you play Valenti team and you tell me it's not boring, you're lying, right? You're just absolutely lying, because we both know that it's incredibly boring, those long games and stuff. So why I'm saying this is that on JP, what happened was, the moment Red King came out, Valenti was just, just nuked from the meta, right? Absolutely no one used her, because Red King does what she does, just just to a lesser degree, not as good, but he just does exactly what she does from the sub, right? So you don't need to have this stally unit with dead cards in your hand, slowing down games. Swap her out, put Red King in the back. You can have a damage dealer in the front, or just some, whoever the hell you want, right? Because now your teams will be more flexible. And it's just that we'll have to see how Global reacts. I mean, me personally, I do think that people should move away from Valenti, and that's not just because I like Pierce Rate more, because I do like the Pierce Rate team more, right? It's just much more fun to play. Like, this is a game, we play it for fun. We don't really want to play 20-minute PvP games and stuff like that. It's just not fun, man. And that's what I'm saying. If you think that it's fun, then you're just lying, man. You're just lying. But then again, fun or not fun, that's all subjective. But I just can't praise Red King enough for what he brings to us. This also means, right, in the Pierce Rate team, there's gonna be no more Arthur in the back. There's gonna be no more no more Red Grimoires in the back, no more Arthurs in the back, because if you have Red King in the back and they don't, you insta win. Like it's as simple as that. You insta win the game if you have Red King and they don't. So that brings another another bit of spice, is that now we're not gonna have fights where you just about, you almost kill a Demon Meliodas, right? But then he has Red Grimoire in the back, he does 2 AoEs, he wipes your team, and then he's back to full HP. There's gonna be none of that, right? So yeah, I mean, just really happy that Red King is finally here. I didn't really think he'd come this early. I was really surprised when I saw the leak on Discord. I was like, wow, he's really coming this early. Very good stuff. Obviously, in JP, the way it released, Red King came out right after Valenti, and the way Global's done it is that it's been Valenti first, because the meta on Global was already out of hand. People already knew about Pierce Rate, which they didn't know about in JP. Like, no one used Pierce Rate units in JP before Lilia, right? Because we just didn't know any better, right? Even the JP players weren't using Pierce Rate units. So when Lilia did come out and we started using her, then we saw how good it was. But Global, because a lot of the people either came from JP or got knowledge from JP players, so they knew that Pierce Rate is very good, Global players straight away went to abusing Hauser, abusing Elihawk, and of course abusing Demon Meliodas. That's when they pulled the plug and said, yeah, we released Lilia, well, released Valenti, should I say. Then they released Lilia after that. Then we have this this back and forth meta. Now we have Red King. Good for it. He's just good for everything, right? Like I can't understate that enough. He's good for everything. If you haven't, or if you're not planning to, I highly suggest you think about pulling for him. Just just one copy, right? One copy is all you need. You don't need to you don't need to 6-6 him. Which, to be fair, he actually is the highest CC king if you are a whale and you're interested in all that kind of CC, all that CC stuff. So of course, just keep that in mind. As a unit, I'm not gonna lie, he sucks. He's absolute garbage as a unit. His skills are just terrible, not what you want. I mean, this one's not too bad at level 2, disable recovery skills AoE, but generally he's absolute garbage as a unit. However, he has the most versatile unique in PV. It's literally a top 3 unique in PvP. It's that good. It's just literally that good. I don't think people understand how much cutting Pierce Rate by half means. If you have him on your Pierce Rate team and then you go up against the Valenti, they're not gonna do as much damage because their Pierce Rate is cut by half. Keep in mind that their obviously Pierce Rate is taken into consideration in damage calculation. So when you do reach damage calculation, they won't do as much damage. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Just wanted to give you guys my opinion. I saw people on Discord and stuff talking about it. I haven't looked at Reddit just yet because I'm gonna be 100% honest, I dislike Reddit. I just think Reddit is full of salty dudes and stuff like that, so I tend to not read it. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you very much for watching this very short video. Like, obviously, put my point across. Like, I don't really have too much more to say. If you touch PvP whatsoever, if you even sniff PvP, summon for this unit. You're gonna need him for many months to come, only until a certain Lost Vein Meliodas comes. Then you probably don't need him, but God knows when he comes out. By the way, if Lost Vein Meliodas comes out to global, PvP is ruined, so you know, just remember that. It's like an end of days kind of thing where I just hope Lost Vein Meliodas never comes to global ever again, because right now global is 10 times better than JP ever was, which I absolutely love. It's why I dropped JP. Global is just much better, right? Despite the few, you know, can't say, I'd have to beep it out, but you know, the few mess ups that global has had, specifically with Green Lilia, which, you know, it was annoying, but what could he do? Other than that, global has been much better than JP ever was. Global is more generous. Global is more fast paced, which I like. That's the one thing I love, right? Just content. There's never dead weeks. On JP, there'd be so many times we'd have dead weeks where we're just doing nothing, no events, nothing to do. On global, it's nothing like that. So yeah, bottom of the line, guys. Summon for Red King. Even if you don't play PvP, just summon, alright? Just summon. Do not skip this unit. Just don't. Do not skip him, alright? Do me a favor. Pull for the guy. Hopefully you get him. And yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching this short video. I know I said that earlier, but just rambling on here. Subscribe to my channel if you are new. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. And I'll see you in my next one. Take care.